There was once a young man who was unhappy with his life. He felt that he had no purpose, no direction, and no meaning. He decided to seek the advice of a wise Zen master who lived in a nearby monastery. He went to the monastery and asked to see the master. The master welcomed him and invited him to sit down. The young man said, "Master, I am unhappy with my life. I don't know what to do, where to go, or why I am here. Can you help me?" The master smiled and said, "Of course, I can help you. But first, you must help me with a simple task. Do you see that well over there? Go and fetch me a bucket of water from it." The young man agreed and went to the well. He lowered the bucket into the well and pulled it up. As he was walking back to the master, he noticed that the bucket had a hole in it and the water was leaking out. He thought, "This bucket is useless. I should get another one." But he didn't want to disappoint the master, so he continued walking. By the time he reached the master, the bucket was almost empty. The master looked at the bucket and said, "Is this all the water you could bring me?" The young man felt ashamed and said, "I'm sorry, master. The bucket has a hole in it. I'll go and get another one." The master said, "No, this bucket is fine. Go and fetch me another bucket of water from the well." The young man was puzzled, but obeyed. He went back to the well and filled the bucket again. As he was walking back, he saw that the water was still leaking out of the hole. He thought, "This is pointless. Why is the master making me do this?" But he didn't want to question the master, so he continued walking. By the time he reached the master, the bucket was almost empty again. The master looked at the bucket and said, "Is this all the water you could bring me?" The young man felt frustrated and said, "Master, I don't understand. Why are you making me fetch water with a leaky bucket? It's a waste of time and effort." The master said, "Look at the path you have walked twice. What do you see?" The young man looked at the path and saw that it was wet from the water that had leaked from the bucket. He also saw that along the path there were flowers blooming, birds singing, and insects buzzing. The path was full of life and beauty. The master said, "This is my answer to your question. Life is like this leaky bucket. You may think that it's full of holes and that you're losing everything you have. But if you look around, you will see that life is also full of wonders and joy. You just have to pay attention to them." The young man was enlightened by the master's words. He realized that he had been focusing on the negative aspects of life and ignoring the positive ones. He decided to change his attitude and appreciate what he had. He thanked the master for his wisdom and left the monastery with a smile on his face. This story teaches us 5 bitter truths about life that can also be life-changing. 1. Life is not perfect. It has its flaws and challenges. We should accept them as part of our journey and not let them stop us from living fully. 2. Life is not fair. It does not always give us what we want or deserve. We should not complain or blame others for our circumstances, but take responsibility for our actions and choices. 3. Life is not permanent. It is constantly changing and nothing lasts forever. We should not cling to things or people that are bound to leave us, but cherish them while they are with us. 4. Life is not predictable. It is full of surprises and uncertainties. We should not worry about what might happen or what might not happen, but embrace every moment as a gift. 5. Life is not easy. It requires hard work and dedication. We should not give up or lose hope when we face difficulties, but persevere and overcome them with courage. These bitter truths may sound harsh, but they can also help us grow and mature as human beings. They can inspire us to live with gratitude, compassion, wisdom, and joy.